All the judges, distinguished guests, good afternoon. I'm Zheng come from China. Born in a family of Qiong opera, I grew up listening to Qiong opera and have a special feeling for it. At present, I am engaged in vocal music singing and teacher research, in which I mainly study the vocalization techniques of bel canto singing. Since I was a child, I have a special feeling for Qiong opera. In the practice of watching Qiong opera, I found that the performance of Qiong opera have many technical problems in singing, especially in the Sheng and Dang roles. This paper focuses on vocalization technical issues of Sheng and Dang roles. I will discuss them mainly from 5 parts. First, introduction. Second, present situation of Qiong opera actors' vocalization. Third, analysis on voice of Sheng and Dang. Fourth, solutions for problems on voice techniques of Sheng and Dang. Fifth, conclusion. The emphasis of this paper is in the third part. It shows that it is advisable to use bel canto for reference to solve the problems of Qiong opera performers' vocalization. This paper discusses the vocalization techniques of Sheng and Dang roles. First, the abstract and introduction. In the abstract part, the main content of the whole paper is summarized, including the purpose, the importance and the results of the research. The importance of the research of this paper is especially introduced in this part. Putting forward the main problems of the research, the new viewpoints and insights of the research paper as well. The introduction part simply sets the groundwork for the development of Qiong opera, introduce the background and purpose of research, and summarize the research condition, research methods, and significance. Analysis of present situation of Qiong opera actors' vocalization. Qiong opera has a history of more than 300 years. Even longer than Beijing opera, the quintessence of Chinese opera. Vocalization has always been one of the most important basic skills in Chinese opera. In this part, the paper mainly analyzes the prevalence of the current vocalization techniques. First, the use of true voice and falsetto. Qiong opera actor cannot achieve the natural transition between their true voice and falsetto. The second is resonance. Actors should learn vocal skills and appropriately use head cavity, oral cavity, and chest cavity resonance to sing. The third is the voice condition of actors. Only by addressing these vocal barriers can actors make better use of their voice and sound presence, show outstanding expressive ability, and better shape and caricatures. singing techniques of young actors. In this part, it mainly analyzes the obvious problems in the singing of young actors and explain the causes of the problem. For a long time, the teaching of Qiong opera is mainly through oral and body languages, which lacks the theoretical support of the poetic principle analysis. Apparently, Hainan has a high-level Qiong opera school. Teachers are limited, and students have a low threshold for admission. Given that vocalization skills are very difficult courses, many actors' vocal train foundation are pretty weak. There are even actors who, without any professional training, simply imitate other actors' singing skill. Analyzation voice of Sheng and Dan. About Sheng. When performing, the major characters in Qiong opera are sexpets in have a high pitch. Round voice attend to the maculae. For example, for Zheng, Sheng, the range should be broad and strong. The voice should have good length. The use of breaths should be smooth and not too high. The support of the diaphragm should always be maintained. The high voice should be sung to the bottom, and the low voice should be sung at the top of the voice. The breath and the vocal cords should be well balanced, and the enunciation should be clear. The voice of Sheng and other roles have a more obvious recognition, generally showing a natural tone, soft beauty, elegance, and generous image. About Dan. There are 7 keys of Dan. Zheng Dan is one of the most important formula rules. In Qiong opera, most of the first female protagonists are Zheng Dan. From the picture, we can see that most of Zheng Dan's appearance is a lady of dignitary and family. With beautiful appearance and soft voice, this picture is Lao Dan, and most of the Lao Dan and empress, wife or mother. The list in the paper compares the roles of Zheng Dan and Lao Dan. Please pay attention to the following charts. Features of voice tech. Zheng Dan, Lao Dan, tone, breath, range, articulation, resonance. Solutions on vocalization techniques of Sheng and Dan. About Sheng, the song is not rose in routes with high third position as a common phenomenon. First, shade the compact students should be able to identify what shows are produced when the lens is high and how to judge the child's songs. Second, throughout vocalization exercises, still with the vowel R. Third, it is important to know that the high lens is also associated with breathing habits. Some people breathe loudly but don't actually inhale at all. Their breath is jammed to the mouth but not to the diaphragm down. Fourth, the place of larynx should be associated with chest song supporting points. We should not vocalize until the larynx is relaxed. The timbre of the middle vocal area is not provide high pitch is difficult to reach. First, the span of tone training should not be too large. It is better to stay with a chromatic scale in the range. Second, pay attention to the collocation of vocal cords and breathe in practice. Keep the larynx stable and high possible position fulcrum. Third, during the exercises, slowly remove the irregular impact of exercise. Exterior for chest on the vocal cords, such as throat muscles as well as breath holding in leakage. 8. When the horizons converges in the diffusion, it gradually becomes clean and natural. 4. The natural stable vocalization of the middle vocalism is the basis of reaching the high pitch. When you hit a high note, keep your body excited and your facial muscle sharp. The use of resonance is not correct. First, if you keep your voice loose when you sing, you can get a better resonance. When you inhale, the line in flights two rebels open, and then the fulcrum of the chest and vocal cords produce resonance. The song carries is perfectly round transparent. Therefore, the problem of chest resonance can be well solved. Second, make sure the mid-range remains stable and rises slowly into the high-pitched range. Under the cooperation of breath and vocal cords, a strong resonance effect will be produced. It seems like the voice of the through and heads, and its track is shaped like pyramids. This is to say, the bass is wide and the treble is not. Therefore, the voice in the high range cool because of focus and low. About done. There are too much falsettos in the middle range. First, body coordination exercises to maintain the correct posture. The pitch and body in the singing track should be reset. Second, learn to distinguish the true voice and falsetto. If falsetto is used too much, students can find the true voice in a natural speaking voice. Obvious of true muscles, poor closures of vocal cords. The existence of voice tenting, Xiuqing, piecing, and other phenomena. First of all, we must solve the problems of vocal cords closure. Vocal cords closure should be moderately relaxed and tightened. Second, the tight squeeze and pinch voice is caused by the irregular vocalization habits. Students could find the balance between breath and vocal cords in daily practice. The articulation are not clear. Qiong opera is sung in Hainan dialects. Dialects with have 18 initer consonants and 55 fillers, according to Hainan Wenchang dialects, which is a tough test of the actor's ability to enunciate the words. When pronouncing each word, actors should pay attention to parts the rhyme in place in most to part to match states on the chanting consonants. It should be concentrated and clear in singing. The words should be basically performance. Conclusion. In the conclusion, this is explain the core reasons, show the points of few of the verses, and draw the conclusion that it is advisable to change the Qiong opera vocalization methods, referring to the bell canto singing system. By putting forward more practical solutions to the problems of Sheng and Dang rules, vocalization techniques also pointing out the deficiencies in the research of this paper and what came of the idea and reference can be provided for later generations are also in this part. The technical solutions of the thesis can solve the difficulties of Qiong opera actors in singing and contributes to the development of Qiong opera arts. Thanks.